I think one of the reasons that the monsters are so popular is because people really do like being scared.
And it's always been that way. In 1910, Frankenstein came to life for the first time in a short silent film by Thomas Edison's motion picture company. The monster, first created by Mary Shelley in her classic 1818 horror novel, Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus, is considered by many to be one of the first works of science fiction.
Who are you? I'm Maria. Will you play with me?
In 1931, the great Boris Karloff would play Frankenstein in a role that would cement his career in the horror genre.
He brings together all those nuances that he's almost childlike at times and just looking to have a friend and people to talk to, but at the same time, that threatening aspect of him, his great power, and the fact that, you know, he takes things the wrong way, more or less, and becomes a danger to anyone around him.
A year later, he'd come to life again as the Mummy. Another monster who stood the test of time is Count Dracula. Written by Bram Stoker in 1897, Dracula, a horrifying blood-sucking creature to some, and a tragic hero to others, put vampires on the map, beginning with Bela Lugosi's iconic role in 1931.
I am Dracula.
And when Dark Shadows introduced their vampire, afternoon TV would never be the same.
Oh, madam, if you would, you may tell her that it's Barnabas Collins.
I know what you are.
Say it.
Vampire.
Vampires continue to be all the rage in this century, with the Twilight series saga raking in more than $1 billion at the box office. But one of the scariest beasts of all might be Lon Chaney Jr. as Wolfman. Chaney would later have the distinction of being the only actor to play all 4 classic movie characters: Wolfman, Frankenstein, the Mummy, and Dracula's son.
Oh, Mr. Crazy Person!
Oh, I may be crazy, but I'm sentimental. Mostly mental, actually.
And then there's a different kind of creature, Svengoolie, half monster, half comedian. He's a host of his own horror program that shows all the classic Universal horror films, complete with yucks and yucks.
Fuzzy Bunny!
No, this week it's more like Krabby Kitty, as we bring you some British Hammer Time tabby terror that may just have you eyeing your furry little friend suspiciously.
Svengoolie's Rich Coase, a legend in Chicago since his show began airing there in the 70s, became a fan favorite in 2011 after his show went national. He says his job is to provide comic relief from some of the more tense moments that occur in scary movies, such as The Thing That Couldn't Die.
It's only branches scraping against the house.
What's that?
Oh, it's only a wolf scraping branches against the house.
When I was a kid, it's funny that I have the job I have now because I was afraid of everything. I was afraid of the dark. But I had a fascination with monsters and monster movies. I think the very first monster movie I ever saw was King Kong. And I did seek out the books, Mary Shelley's book, Bram Stoker's Dracula, and started to look for the movies when they would appear on TV.
Through the decades, horror movies and the monsters who've starred in them never seem to go out of style.
All those original Universal movies, there's something about the way they were shot, black and white with the shadows. It creates an atmosphere that I think is really one of the reasons why they still work today. It has such a great look to it.
And these days, like in days past, monsters are a nice escape from reality.
There were these fantastic characters that you could watch and see the amazing things they could do, and it kind of took you out of your everyday life. It's a different thing from, terrible things that really would scare you. It's kind of like a roller coaster. People love to ride roller coasters because they know they're going to be scared and it's going to be exciting, but they know that at the end, they're not really hurt. They've had this, endorphin rush, and it's been very exciting for them. And I think horror movies are the same thing.